Hey guys, it's Libby. Today I'm going to be doing my summer recommendations video for you guys. I have a stack of books here, and then I have some books that they're buried in my bookshelf and I don't want to get them. So the first book I have is a trilogy, the Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. It consists of 3 books. Summer I Turned Pretty, I can't remember the other 2, but those 3 are somewhat lighthearted, fast-paced reads. There's a love triangle. There is one heavy topic of grief involved in there, and then yeah, that's about it. But it's a fun summer read. It takes place at a beach house mostly, and yeah, definitely is a YA series, so keep that in mind going into that. Then I have I think the only fantasy on this list as of right now, and that is the Poison Healer trilogy by Lynette Noni. I've only read this book and thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave this a 4.75 stars, and it was really good. Highly recommend this. We follow our main character who gets thrown into a prison when she was younger with her father after her father has been accused of being sided with a group of rebels, and things take a turn in this book. So it's really good. There are 2 major things that happen in here. Both of them I did not guess at all. So this keeps you interested and on the edge of your seat. So I'm excited to get to the next 2 that I have on my TBR for the summer. Hopefully I can get to them. Fingers crossed. First book. Then I have a couple books by this author on this list. And I have Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. This is my first time reading this year, and I thoroughly enjoyed this one. Not sure, I think I gave it a 5 stars if I'm not mistaken, or close to it. But this follows Vlad and Francesca, and Vlad, who we meet in Heartstopper, we follow him, and he's a host of Radio Silence, and he wants to be kept a secret. No one knows he is the maker of this podcast that everybody listens to, and one day someone finds out who he is, and things take a turn from there. So, and yeah, and really enjoyed this one. It's a fast-paced read as well, so if you're looking for something that's quick and easy to read, I highly recommend this one. There are trigger warnings for mentally abuse, so, and death of a family pet. So keep those in mind going into that. Then I have another one that I read this year, and that is My Life with the Walter Boys by Ali Novak. This one has a trigger warning for grief, and Jackie, our main character, she wants everything. She has everything planned out until one day her parents die in a tragic accident, and Jackie is now living with her guardian, who has 11 boys and 1 girl. So, and Jackie falls for one of the boys, a couple of them actually in here, so there's that. But this is a fast, quick read. I think I read this in 2 sittings, I want to say. So, and a lot of these are YA books, by the way. So, I have a couple of romances that we'll get to in a minute. I have 2 Jenna Evans Welsh books because they're part of a series. And that is Love and Gelato and Love and Luck. They're interconnected series, so you really don't have to read them in order. Love and Gelato follows Lena as she spends her summer in Tuscany and in Italy, and she finds her mother's journal, and she goes on her mother's adventures in Italy, and then she finds someone there, and it's a summer romance. So, and then Love and Luck, we follow Addie, who is visiting Ireland. That is on her aunt's top destination wedding, and then she suddenly finds herself on a tour in the Emerald Islands. So this one was cute. I might have to do a reread of this. I have not read Love and Olives yet, so I have it, but I have not read it. So that is the 3rd book. Then we have The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. If you guys saw my summer TBR video, you would know that the rest of her books are on my list. This follows our main character, Bree, who best friend is a NFL legend, and Bree was a dancer, and then something happens and she can't dance anymore, and then yeah, so it's best friends to lovers trope. Really enjoyed The Cheat Sheet, so can't wait to get to the other books in this. So we have The Cheat Sheet. Then we have The Charm Offensive by Allison Kocherna. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that last name, but this follows our main character, who is a career in this reality dating show, and then we follow our other main character, who is a host on this show. One believes in fairy tales, one does not, and then they end up falling for each other. So I thoroughly enjoyed this. So I need to do a reread. I gave this a 5 stars back when I read it, but I definitely need to do a reread. This one also has little to no spice, so if you want something like that, then there's this. Then I have Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez. This one is another reality dating show. We follow our 2 main characters. One is the host of the dating show, and then they get all of his exes together under one roof and see who he is set to marry. Our 2 main ones here, they want nothing to do with him, and then they end up falling for each other, and it's a sapphic romance. It's a YA sapphic romance, and it was really good. I gave this a 4 stars, but it was quick, fast paced, easy to fly through. Then I have a old romance, and that is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Again, I thoroughly enjoyed this one. This one is about our main character, Alex, and Prince Henry. And Alex is the son of the First Lady of the United States, and Henry is the Prince of England. And they've always hated each other, and then something happens and they have to pretend that they like each other. So they start hanging out on a daily basis, and then things develop more from there, and really enjoyed this one. Can't remember the rating I gave it, but I thoroughly enjoyed this book. Another one that I thoroughly enjoyed, but I'm gonna have to do a reread here, relatively soon. That is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is the OG cover of this book. They've recently redone it. Well loved. I think I got this from the library at one point, and I don't remember too much about this book, so I definitely need to do a reread. I know I gave it 5 stars when I read it, but it was a fun, quick read. So it goes from the past to the present. So keep that in mind reading this. And it tells you the dates on, yeah, it definitely goes from the past to the present. And I think it's a friends to lovers, if I'm not mistaken. And there's bookish friends involved, so I'm excited to reread this one and see if I still enjoy it as much as I did. Another Christina Lauren book is On Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. Loved this one. They've redone all of these covers to match all of their newer books, and this one I thoroughly enjoyed. This one we follow our 2 main characters, the maid of honor and the groom's best man, Ethan and Olive, and everybody at Olive's sister's wedding gets food poisoning because of the seafood bar. The only ones who don't get sick are Olive and Ethan, and they now have to take the honeymoon that Olive's sister and her husband were supposed to take, but since they got sick, they can't go. So Olive and Ethan take this honeymoon, and they realize that and the pair head for Maui, and things go from there. Thoroughly enjoyed this one, so excited to read more from Christina Lauren. Another YA, we're almost done with this list, is Float by Katie Marchand. And I gave this one a solid 3.5 stars when I read it. I got this one from recommendation from Sarah over at Sarah Crowley. And this one we follow our main character, Waverly, who is caught in the middle of her parents' divorce. Normally her parents would take her to wherever they go for the summer, but instead she goes from Alaska all the way to Florida to stay with her aunt. And then we have Blake, who is the boy next door, and more like across the street, and pretty much takes Waverly under his circle of friends, and they develop feelings and stuff goes from there. So thoroughly enjoyed this one. Fast, quick read, so if you like a fluffy summer romance, I would definitely check this one out. The last set I have on this list is quite heavy. This one should be a no surprise to anybody by now because of how much I've reread, watched the TV show, love these characters, everything. The author is Alice Oseman. And if you haven't read the series yet, what are you doing? You should. And that is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This is 1 through 5. See why it's heavy? The box set is very, very heavy. So I'm gonna put that down. But Heartstopper, we follow Nick and Charlie. Charlie is out, openly gay, and it's their whirlwind we follow from when they first meet all the way up till where we are in the graphic novels now. I don't want to say in case you haven't read them yet. Some of these also deal with hard, heavy topics. So Charlie, mainly Charlie, he's got eating disorder. So eating disorders, self-harm, and there was something else that I can't remember to save my life. but keep that in mind. So, but yeah, perfect for the summer, perfect to binge on a stormy, rainy day. Volume 6 we should be getting here relatively soon. So, yeah, Heartstopper is on the list. So, those are all of my summer recommendations for the summer. I haven't quite read everything that I have that's summary read, or I would have put them on this list. But yeah, those are all of my summer recommendations. Let me know down below if you have any summer recommendations. I would love to know. Like, subscribe, comment, stay a while, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.